What is going on, everybody?
What the fuck going on?
Welcome back to the Dropping In podcast. For my homie George P, I am Danny Torres. What's up, you bitch ass goats?
Oh my god.
Oh, we missed a week, bro.
I know, and it was hard for me to log on today.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe because we took a week off, so the momentum was off.
Oh, bet. Should we use this time to remind our viewers to hit that link in our description to download Riverside?
Yeah, so if you guys want to start your own podcast, try out Riverside. It's what we're recording on right now. It makes it super easy. If you use the link, we'll get a kickback, which we appreciate. And you can also support us on Patreon. Who are our patrons?
I don't know it off the top of my dome.
I'm looking. I know we got Evan,
For sure.
who I said his last name wrong in the last one. It's Evan Zucker, I believe.
Oh, dude, you be butchering people's names.
So we want to shout out Evan and Hayden for supporting the podcast on Patreon. This allows us to be creatively free, which we very much appreciate.
Thanks, Evan and Hayden.
Ugh. All right.
Damn, bro, you be having some gastrointestinal issues?
Like, after Florida, I remember after that last Pollo Tropical, I don't know if you remember, I was talking about, like, saying I gotta, like, take a dump.
Maybe.
But anyways, I was fine on the flight and overnight, but then the next morning I had diarrhea. and I was, like, having stomach problems for, like, a few days.
My boy had them bubble guts.
I think I gotta stop eating cheese, dude.
Did you have cheese on that?
There, I had the side of mac and cheese.
Oh. Yeah, bro, cheese will do it to you.
Yeah, but and anyways.
So how's that stash treating you?
Oh, I really like it, actually. What do you think?
It's hard to tell right now because you're kind of pixelated on the screen,
Oh,
but I do think it suits you.
I just it's exciting for me because it's different, and I've been having the same beard for a long time.
Yeah. I'm about to buy one of those like beard rollers and try to see if I can grow a better beard.
Oh, you mean the things that stab your face a little bit?
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
I'm gonna try. I've been reading about it, and apparently it's not like it actually works. So I'm gonna try it out, see if I
Yeah.
can get some of that
Makes
facial
sense.
hair.
I know that like for balding you can do that too. Like, guys, try that. You like roll it on your head and you stab little holes
Yeah,
in.
I think that's one problem I don't have.
What do you say?
I think that's one problem I don't have.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, I'm going bald. I'm actually getting a haircut, dude.
How's mine?
Yours is good.
Yeah, mine's pretty
You're not
good.
balding.
I'll be overthinking it though. Like, I'll be like looking at this and wondering if it's starting.
Nah, dude, you're tripping.
I already put minoxidil on.
Why?
I don't know. I got a little self-conscious one day.
I feel you. Their company sent me minoxidil for a TikTok post, and I never used it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually cool. Andrew Hales is getting sponsored by Keeps all the time.
Is he going bald?
No, doesn't look like it.
The title of this podcast is just "Are we going bald?"
Why not, dude? Creative freedom, bitch.
Speaking of freedom, I just booked my flight back to SF.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm excited. I leave on Tuesday.
Oh shit, that's in a week.
Yes, sir. Very stoked.
Damn, congrats. That's
Thanks,
exciting.
man. Yeah, I feel ready. I feel like it's time to go back.
Getting back to real life and the girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss her like crazy, so gotta get back.
Word.
I'm excited, dude. Also, like, I'm so stoked to skate over there now because like now that I'm back into the swing of skating and at least skating like on a weekly basis or at least like a couple times a week, I now I just feel stoked to go skate again. I don't feel like I have that same anxiety, and it might change when I get there, but right now I don't feel like I have it. Like I was watching one of Mowgli's videos last night, and I was like, oh, dude, like it would have been so fun to be along for that session.
That's good to
As
hear.
opposed to before I came here, I was like shitting myself every time I went skating.
Right. Well, that's good to hear.
So, yeah, I'm super stoked about that. I'm excited to get back and like just start doing shit, you know?
Yeah. I haven't been hyped on skating since Florida was like I had so much fun skating for the first time in a while. And then
Yeah.
but it hasn't been that there we had like one warm day and we all went out, but like Cooper was like bussin'. And
Damn.
you know Cooper gets at like
Yeah.
prime time.
Peak hours.
Yeah, and especially first warm day after like many cold days, it was just like too hectic. But then we went to Blue Park, which is more chilled out now that there's less obstacles.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was fun.
Yeah, it sounds sick. I saw Ryan sent me a clip of him trying the front board up that rail.
Yeah, he really wanted that.
That was sick, dude.
Yeah. Here, let me close my closet. Actually, this looks ugly.
Damn, bro. Look at you not being ready.
I'm ready.
Dude, let me close my door.
I have no underpants on.
What if I just went like this and closed it?
I'd probably.
I don't have underwear on either.
Oh, bet. But yes,
I have shorts on, but no underwear.
you know what I realized about skating too?
What?
Like, and I actually heard Dale say something similar.
What do you say?
I've been like running or going to the gym like at least 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And so I don't have that like I think I used to get all my exercise from skating, so there was this like manic craving to skate and like get my energy out, but now I can get it out through the gym and running and biking.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's true.
And especially when it's like kind of cold, it's just easier to go to the gym. So
Yeah, 100%.
it's interesting just to experience that. Like I can go weeks without skating and not freak out, but back in the day I would like panic about that.
Yeah, I wonder how it'll be when it's like warm though over there.
I think I'll probably skate a lot.
Yeah. But that's fine too.
Yeah, that's also fine. It's just I just saw that Tony Hawk broke his leg.
Oh, dude, I saw that too. That's I really want to watch the documentary.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I think it comes out in April.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, I really want to watch it, dude. It looks good, and I love Tony Hawk. So,
Damn. You should.
like, I always think about like people. Like, if someone asks me who my favorite skater is, like, obviously to say Tony Hawk is like that was always the poser thing to say. But to be honest, he's probably one of my like favorite skaters ever.
He's one of mine too. He's
Just
just
because I love Tony Hawk.
yeah, he's so seems so nice, you know. And
Yeah, no, he seems like a very like just like good, like down to earth kind of guy, you know.
yeah, I hate that he broke his leg because I feel like for me he's like he's like the example of like being older but still skating hard.
Yeah.
So then it's hard to see him get hurt because it kind of like shatters that like perspective that you can be old and invincible, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, you can be young and break your shit.
Yeah, it's true. Like I did.
Mhm. Damn, bro, you drinking out of the pint glass?
We're kind of low on glasses because I got 2 plant propagations in these jars, so.
Oh, word. So, dude, how's your tattoo doing?
It's good, and you ought to see it.
Let's see it, bro. Damn, bro. Yo, that reminds me of a tattoo that I kind of have. Like, it looks just like this one that I've got also.
Bro, what the fuck?
Wait, what, dude?
Is that the same?
Dude, I just took the plastic off yesterday.
Yeah, great guy, Danny, who did our tattoos, but he stuck the plastic on my arm hair, so it like fell off pretty quickly.
Yeah, dude, I had to like rip mine off. It was really tight,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I was scared that I was gonna like peel the tattoo in a bad way, but like it looks so good.
yeah. Mine is already. So I went right to the Aquaphor, and
Yeah, that's what I'm on now.
now I'm already at the peeling phase actually. So I'm doing moisturizer.
Yeah, I'm peeling a little bit. I don't know if you can tell. No, maybe not on there. It's like barely peeling a little.
Yeah. No, I can't really see,
But
but
I think it's just because of the fact that I left that thing on for so long. It was 4 days.
yeah,
Like it did a lot of healing in there.
right. So
And some of the peels came off when I took it off.
how are you settling into the tattoo? Because I know when I get tattoos, it's like, especially ones that I can see all the time.
Yeah.
It's always like I feel my brain like kind of starting to accept that I have the tattoo. And so,
Dude, I love it. Like I love this tattoo so much. And like I'll be like in the mirror and I'll like look at my like my hand and I just like see it and it like makes me happy.
yeah,
Like I'll just be like I'll be doing or like washing my hands or something. I'd be like, "Oh shit, like it looks cool." Uh and I just keep seeing it and I'm just constantly reminded of like that and like, you know, the philosophies behind it.
yeah. I think it's my favorite tattoo by far.
I don't know if it's my favorite one. It might be my favorite one that I can see constantly. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like because I mean it's really just between that one, this one, the one right here. I don't really see that much. The ones on my legs, I like hardly ever see. And I don't know. It just feels so special. It's so clean. It makes me want to get. Obviously now I'm like, you know, every time you get a tattoo, you're like, fuck, I want to get more tattoos.
Yeah.
Like now I'm in that, and I hadn't felt that in years because it's been like probably 4 years since I had it since I got a tattoo. So now I'm like, because you get reminded of how fucking easy it is.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Like especially when it's something small like that. Like it's so easy to just go, tell them what you need, they do it, and then you're just out of there quickly, and you're just like, all right, cool, I want another one. Especially if you like it.
Yeah. No, yeah, this one I got such a positive feeling from the whole experience that I immediately wanted another one.
Dude,
And
I was like trying to convince my family to get family tattoos.
I also after doing this one, since it was like a design from my journal and I liked it how it came out so much, I decided I think I'm gonna design all the rest of my own tattoos from now on.
That's sick, dude. That's a really great idea.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, like, are you gonna think about it in the sense like I'm only gonna do that, or are you open to like ever getting a tattoo that isn't designed by
No,
you?
I like it's not a close off thing, but once I thought that, I was like, oh shit, like in a way I've almost been designing my tattoos already. Like
Yeah,
the Middlefield skate park one, it's not exactly my drawing, but it's basically exactly my drawing. Like
yeah,
I gave him my drawing, and for some reason in my head I thought that like the tattoo artist would need to like change it to make it work as a tattoo.
yeah,
But now looking back, I've realized like, oh, I actually knew exactly how I wanted it. And my bike tattoo, I drew that exactly how it is on my body. My skateboard is a little different, but like all these tattoos, like I always give them a reference that I drew. So now I'm like, why not just like accept that I like designing tattoos?
yeah. No, I think that's sick, dude. If I could draw, like, I know that you're not like a you know professional drawer or whatever artist like in that sense, but I severely can't draw. Like you at least you know what you're doing to some regard. I cannot.
Yeah, I
I
feel you.
can't draw whatsoever, dude. I wanna start doodling more, but like my doodles just aren't good.
Yeah. In a way, I think I got lucky because like I don't have to try very hard. I have practiced a lot. Like I took drawing in college, but I've always had my style of doodling, you know.
Maybe that comes from like your parents. Like your dad draws, doesn't he?
Yeah, I definitely come from an artistic family for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm not much of a. This is the extent of my drawings.
They're not bad though. Like
Oops.
mine aren't necessarily any better. I think they're just like a little curvier so that they actually just happen to work for tattoo designs.
Maybe. I mean, dude, I would definitely be into like having you draw a tattoo for me.
Oh, if you out, yeah, seriously. I've actually been telling a handful of people like if you want a tattoo design, like that sounds like such a fun thing for me to do.
Dude, that'd be sick. I think my artistic levels in that, like, I think I can be artistic, but I think it's more of like a. This is gonna sound weird to say, but it's more in like a psychedelic-ish kind of way. It's like the only type of drawings that I started when I was young, and like this isn't psychedelic in any way, but like it's just like stuff like this, you know?
Mm,
Like
yeah,
it's just more like it's for journaling, you know?
right.
I don't know so much about like putting on my body.
Yeah. It's funny. I like drawing like little coffee cups and little plants and flowers. I don't even know why.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I like the coffee cup that you put in your thing this morning was like super cool to me.
Oh yeah, that you saw that TikTok.
Yeah, the flower and the coffee cup.
Yeah, cuz it's just yeah, like it's just what I want to be drawing.
That's sick, man. Um, I This is making me want to start drawing a little bit more.
Well, I man, I keep bringing it up, but it's still relevant to my mind. The artist way has made me like embrace every creative urge I have.
That's sick, dude. I also just got this bullet journal, well, like a few weeks ago,
Nice.
and I feel like bullet journals make drawing a little bit easier.
Oh yeah.
I
I
haven't known what to do in this journal, and so maybe that's what I'll use it for.
No, I love I do most of my drawing. I tried like a dedicated sketchbook, but it made it too tedious. I just draw
Yeah.
in the journal that I write in as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking do that. Like I really wanna it just feels I don't know, like just all that stuff just feels good, even if you don't do it like super well.
That's why I think the that's why I think having a journal is so beautiful because it's a place to just play and explore your creativity where and when it's for nobody else to see, like in an intimate place like a journal, I think you actually start to like actually be very creative, you know, because there's nothing to be self-conscious about.
Yeah, I feel like I get self-conscious about my journaling like within myself.
Mm,
Like no one's gonna see it, but it's like I think I'm still too hard on myself when it comes to journaling or doing stuff like by myself, like with myself, you know?
yeah.
Like even like when I'm reading or like highlighting stuff, like I find myself being overly critical about like to highlight like not everything, but like a lot more than maybe I feel like I need to or like stuff like that. So when it comes to journaling, like I try to like write like I won't write everything if I don't want to because it just feels weird to me.
That's interesting. I when I journal, like I gotta tell myself that nobody's gonna read it, and
Yeah.
like I'll make it known to like intimate people in my life, like that even they cannot fucking open that thing. Like
Oh yeah, for
I'll
sure.
tell Noah like you can never read my journal. Like that would be a serious breach of trust because I write thoughts that are like not fully fleshed out and like I'll write like intrusive thoughts and like relationship doubts that are not me, but like I need to have that freedom to write them or else then they're bottled in, you know?
Yeah, I think I'm like this is actually inspiring me to be uh more in tune with everything going on in my head and writing it down. Like, I mean, I journal and I'm a fan of journaling, and I always have been, like, for years. I've got tons of journals, but my journals always usually well, they usually take this route of uh, it's more of like a like documenting rather than like pouring
Right.
of emotions, you know?
Yeah, but that's cool too. I'll
Yeah,
sometimes I document, but sometimes I'm like overthinking about something, and then I'll just write that out.
I hear you. Yo, I gotta show you something. I don't know if I've ever shown you this before, but I think you're really gonna like
All
this.
right, well, let's see if I can see it in this potato quality ass webcam.
Oh fuck! Wait, hold on. Where is it? Hold on. Sorry, I
It's
don't know.
all.
I don't know where it is. I thought I knew where it was, but it's not there.
What is it that you're talking about?
It's a journal.
Oh, it's a journal.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Word.
But no, I can't find it, so I don't know where it is.
Oh, that's all right. Well, do you want to explain what it is?
Uh, fuck, dude. I can edit this out.
All right, I'll mark it. But if you want to keep looking, I'll talk about what your the way you said that you slip into documentation
Oh yeah, go ahead.
made me think about how I usually journal, and a lot. So it's interesting to observe. A lot of the times, my journaling will slip into planning my day. I'll just be like, oh, today, like, I really want to finish editing this video, and I should probably work on my taxes. And
Yeah.
so sometimes it'll be like dead boring like that. But then, like I said, sometimes I'll slip into, or sometimes I'll be anxious or overthinking about something. Like it could be this creative crisis we've been having about what videos to post and what do I want to create, or like a career crisis, or overthinking relationship questions. So then I'll explore all those thoughts. And then sometimes I slip into this like artistic mode where I'm like, it's kind of like documenting. Like I'm typically writing about things that happened in my life, or I'm in like a nostalgic place, and I kind of see myself like writing like Jack Kerouac. Like it's very like poetic, like really describing things and how I feel. And that's like my favorite place. And like doing that has made me like really enjoy writing. And that just like came out of journaling regularly, which is cool.
I feel you. I feel like it's hard for me to write about like I feel like when I'm journaling, like, and I'm trying to journal, I it's like what you said about taxes. Like it's like I judge way too hard what should go in the journal and what shouldn't go in the journal. So it's like if I like sometimes I used to do that in my journals when I was younger. I would always put to-do lists in there, and that helped me a lot at the time. Like to-do lists like changed my life. So but now it's like do I want to put such a like boring like to-do list in my journal? It feels wrong. It's like I feel like this should be a place for like those kind of poetic journal entries and like for intrusive thoughts or just anything that like is on my mind that I'll let myself put in there, but not like the boring shit, you know?
I feel you. But what's cool is like when you're non-judgmental about what you put in there, like a lot of it will be boring, but that allows like the absence of pressure for like the good stuff to come out.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So I found it.
Oh, you did.
So this is a journal from years ago. Look at what it turned into.
Oh, look at that. Thick
It
boy.
is incredible. It's got. I mean, this is. I'm looking through it. This is 2017.
Damn, that's cool.
But like, I used to put like if I got anything that I wanted to throw in here, like I would put it in there. I think there might be a letter from you in here actually, from like when you used to mail all your stuff out yourself.
Oh, no way. That's really cool.
Like I would put like menus in here
Yeah,
like, from a restaurant.
like a memory scrapbook.
Bullshit drawings.
I remember you were also telling me, I don't know if you already did this or if you had wanted to, of like you wanted a journal where it was like a photo, printed photo on every page. Did you ever do that?
Yeah, I did it when I was in Bushwick, but it didn't it didn't work out for me because it became I think it's just because of the age that we live in. It was weird to do it because I was like, I have all these photos like in my phone, and then all the photos became about like they were just me and you, so it was just a journal of photos of us.
Damn, that's cute.
Dude, look at this. November 10th, 2017, my first Aero skate
Oh,
co-order.
that's so cute, dude.
Isn't like it's so full circle.
Wow.
Like that's crazy. But what I was gonna say that you were really gonna like is somewhere in here. Oh, here it is. So this is from July 13th, 2017.
What is that? A flower?
It's a flower that I laminated.
Oh, I love that.
And then here's some rosemary and something else that I laminated and threw in here.
I actually love that intensely.
So we were walking around with some friends at the Florida State University. Like he was showing us around his campus, and I just started seeing these like really cool flowers and just plants, and I was like, oh my god, I want. Oh, and look, and then on this one there's just a leaf right there.
I think I
So I
have a
was like,
couple
I
leaves.
want this.
Yeah, it's I love
Yeah,
that.
and I felt the need to keep it and hold it. I mean, dude, this is 2017, and they look perfect.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
that's
would,
so
I would, I
awesome.
would have a tattoo artist just trace this and draw it on me.
No, I was gonna say that I've seen it on TikTok. I think like some people collect flowers in their travels and then they get them tattooed.
Yeah, man, I would. I think that's like a fucking great idea.
What
Like
is
now I really want to do that.
what is that craving to do that? Because I also, especially in the fall, like I just be picking up leaves and I'll put them in my pocket and I'll like put them behind my ear. Like, what is that craving about?
I don't know, dude. I have no idea.
Maybe it's just like you just like realize that nature is beautiful and you want to connect to it.
I don't know. Maybe it has to do with like kind of like how we like to make videos and like hold on to a piece of something. Like, look at this. This is from when we were in Ohio. Like, dude, I mean, it's so crazy. Like, we're talking about this, like, and like all this is just I just ripped it a little bit, but like, isn't that's so cool?
Yeah, and what's cool is that's
You
the
know?
actual leaf that was physically present when we had a special experience.
I know, dude. It's just like that shit for me has been like that. My whole life has been like that. I've always been about that shit. Like when I would go to the beach as a kid, I still have like Ziploc bags full of shells, and like I used to collect coins from every country I would go to. Like we traveled a little bit when I was young, so I would go to like these countries and I would take like coins or like bills and I still have them, and it's just this need to connect. Maybe I don't know.
Damn. Yeah, and it's crazy that the arrow. You even had that arrow package when I was still writing with Sharpie on the package. I didn't even have my like label printer yet.
Dude, that's insane. Like this is some real shit.
Yeah, I'm like thinking about. I don't even remember writing that address, but like there was a that physical thing represents like this time where I was sitting in my old apartment, at my parents' apartment, handwriting an address like to go out to you. It's crazy.
Dude, I have Ryan's announcements for his college graduation in here.
Bruh.
Oh shit. I got to censor his address.
No, don't worry. I've marked the last one too.
Oh, did that have your address in it?
It had my parents' address.
Oh shit, sorry.
That's okay. I'm on top of this
I'll go
shit.
I'll go through it all.
I think it
Look at
is
this.
your. I think it is your editing week. Nice little drawings.
Oh, and I've got something else that you're gonna fucking shit yourself over.
Let's see it.
Here it is.
Ah, the post-it notes.
So this one says, "Thanks for the support, Danny. Shred on, Aeroskate co-logo, George Poulos." And then the next one is, "Let me know how this fits since you sent me like another size one time because it didn't fit."
Mm.
And then this one says, "Thank you, Danny. Keep following your dreams, George." Which is it's funny because you probably wrote the same shit on like all of them.
Yeah, I did.
But like it's just cool like to see where things are now.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I do remember, like, when I was writing those notes, I really meant, like, I did write the same thing over and over, but I remember, like, I really meant that shit, you know?
Yeah. No, I hear you, dude. Like that. I mean, that makes sense. Like, I bet let's say you're not gonna have you can't make a custom thing for everybody. You
Right.
know, even this, dude, it's crazy. Like the journey that I'm on right now in terms of like Buddhism and like just mindfulness in general and all this stuff. I have this bookmark in here that says, "At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are and what you want," and that's Lao Tzu.
So you were already resonating with that stuff back then.
Yeah, I wrote here that I bought the bookmark in 2013 and I put it in the journal in 2017.
Yeah, see, that's another thing I think is cool about that scrapbooking style is, like, even if you're not consciously, like, picking, like, oh, I want to put this in there and this in there, it's kind of just something bubbles up and you just want to put it in there, and then later when you look back you realize that it was all kind of significant what you decided to hold on to.
Yeah, no, fuck, now this is making me want to do this again.
Well, you should. Why not? I scrapbook in my journals too, but lately I've just been writing, and
Yeah.
it's nice not to force, because sometimes it'll start to feel tedious and I'll like have stacks of papers that I want to tape in and I don't feel like it. So it's good for me to just do it when I want to. But yeah, and it's so cool. Like, I know you pulled out that journal. I've got like probably 5 journals now. I started journaling in college, and dude, to look back on those entries and see what I was struggling with at the time, and like certain things, like now I like have the answers to, and it's crazy just to it's a cool way to document life, and it's interesting that we are journal documenters as well as video documenters. It's like our art has this consistent thread.
Yeah, dude, I think it's crazy that like I mean what you're saying, yeah, I mean that we can look back. I could I mean I kind of want to just read through this after we're done, and like just and it's crazy because you get like transported, because it's like none of that has left. It's all in there, it's all stored, and the second you read it, it's like, oh shit, yeah, like I remember this. It's funny. It says on my to-do list to file taxes. You were just talking about that.
It is funny.
But it's like a time machine.
Yeah, I think one of the most I think the most rewarding thing about journaling comes in the act, but then you get this bonus effect when you remember to look back on them. And I think the same about like making YouTube videos or taking photos. Like the ability to look back, yeah, it's like it's crazy. Does something
It's
in your
it's so
brain.
cool. Yeah, dude, it's so cool that like this is who we've always been. You know what I mean? Like people change, throughout the years and like personalities evolve and you go and you can go in any way, but it's so cool to me that my biggest passions are things that have followed me throughout my whole life.
Yeah.
Skating was the one thing that I couldn't get rid of when it came to like a physical activity. I played sports growing up and I was always able to like drop them, but like throughout all that I was kind of skating when I was growing up and then it just became only skating. And then this idea of wanting to be creative started at a young age too, with all like the journaling and doing stuff like that. And when I was little, I really liked drawing, but I just was never good at it. But this need to have some creative outlet is still very present today. Like many years later, and now it's still the journaling, but now it's like the YouTube and like you were saying, the photos, the videos. Like there's just this, we have, I think, people like me and you, and we just have like this innate desire to capture and to create.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's cool to understand that, because for a long time doing it. I just did it, you know, and I didn't know why. And it's cool to have been doing it for so long and be so curious about myself, to have identified like, oh, like, yeah, I like to save pieces of my life and put them together in a way that I can
Yeah.
look back on later.
Like there's people that they won't even, and this is not a bad thing. It's just like someone, there's a lot of people that wouldn't even think twice about picking up a leaf, you know? And if they do, it's like they don't care about keeping it. And that doesn't mean that like me or you are better in any sense. It's just like a part of our personality that makes us want to like like grab things that really truly don't matter,
Yeah,
and because they mean something to us.
but you know what is pretty universal is like taking photos, you know?
Oh yeah,
Like
for sure.
the desire to take a photo, I think, is connected to all of this. And I think that shows that maybe me and you are very like, we love it, like that's our art. But even I think 99% of people have that desire to take a photo to remember a moment, and that connects us all, you know, in that way, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean the photo thing is huge. Like everyone wants photos.
Right.
Like they meet somebody they look up to, like, oh, can I get a photo with you? You know, can or like even just like photographing your food. Like my camera roll is filled with photos of food, and like I look back and it's like I don't want to. I could delete it, but it's like I don't want to because that was a bomb ass meal. Like I
Yeah.
want to remember it.
It's interesting. I think I know the answer, but it's interesting to think about how, like, taking a photo in a sense is not very be here now energy. It's like
Yeah,
capturing this so I can look at it later. It's like past and future vibes.
it
But
is.
for me, I think I reconcile that with the fact that you can enjoy taking the photo in the moment. You know, sometimes
Yeah,
the moment calls for you to take a photo and you enjoy taking the photo.
yeah. I mean, it helps. Like for example, you guys do like the film photos, and it's something that I used to love doing back in the day was taking film photography, and because that takes you like you get to take the photo, but it doesn't you can't look at the photo right away, so it keeps you still present. Um, but like when I take a photo of something on my phone, I'll take like 10 of them, or not, maybe like at least a few, and then I usually don't look at them until like I'm home sitting on the toilet, and then I can like go through them and delete until I have that one that I like. So I still try to stay there as much as possible.
Yeah.
But I also think like it's okay. Like I don't feel that there's something wrong with wanting to photograph something in the moment.
Yeah. There a lot of people have this critique. It comes up a lot at concerts, but I've also heard it.
I was about to say
Yeah,
that.
but I've heard it in regards to myself, like with vlogging at the skate park. Like,
Uh-huh.
so at concerts, it's like the people who record like tons of the concert on their phone, and it's like people say, "Why are you like just enjoy the concert? Like, why are you living it through your phone and stuff like that?" But
Yeah.
I obviously, like, balance is the key in most things in life, and like you can, like, I like taking photos and videos at concerts, but I try to find a balance where I'm just like actually looking at it and absorbing it in that moment. But then, like,
Yeah.
when I'm filming it too, like, I'm enjoying filming it, and I'm getting a brain chemical from knowing that then I can later enjoy this moment again. And I don't know if it's a bad thing. And then at with vlogging, I've heard people say like, don't you want to just like enjoy your skate session? But it's like sometimes I'm enjoying filming my skate session, and how do you argue that one is better?
Yeah. I've been to concerts and not filmed like a thing because I didn't want to be that person. I wanted to fully take in the moment, and I don't regret whatsoever not filming and not taking photos. Um So the concert, I mean, but it also just depends like where your head is at the moment. Um, but in terms of yeah, the vlogging thing, I do feel that also because sometimes it's like that was part of the fun. And if I'm feeling like filming a skate video, like that becomes part of the fun because it
Yes.
becomes what I want out of that moment. The same thing for like, I mean, I've heard many times, and we met somebody once at a party who wanted to start being a creator, and they were worried about having inauthentic moments. Do you remember this?
I feel like this comes up a lot. It even came up while
It
we
was
were getting our tattoo.
Yeah, it was on that rooftop, and the girl wanted to do like van life stuff, and she
Oh
was
yeah,
saying like
yeah.
I don't want to set my camera up and hug my partner and then have to like film it and then go back and it's like not a real moment.
Yeah, I remember.
And like yeah, that makes sense. Like that does make sense. But I for example, there's two things that pop off in my head, and one of them is like just because it's for the camera doesn't have to mean it's like not authentic. Uh, because I'm sure you do that when the camera's not on to begin with. If you're not doing that when the camera's on, then yeah, that becomes not real and fabricated. But and the other thing is if that's what you enjoy and like you want to capture those kinds of moments, then it doesn't matter because it's all real because it's coming from like this part in your like deep in you that wants to capture and create, and it's not that deep, in terms of the what the moment itself is. Like it just is, and then you have something greater, which is the whole video that you created and made a memory out of.
Yeah. I struggled with this for a while, being such a vlogger and hearing the argument that that's making you're creating an inauthentic experience because you're filming, but I think I agree with you. And like, yeah, there's a spectrum of this. Like when you create like a Hollywood film, like you're fabricating the whole thing to create a piece of art. And
Yeah.
then you can go all the way to when you take a street photo, you're trying to capture life as it is. And I think so that's a spectrum, and your creation can lie anywhere on it. Probably a vlog is like somewhere towards the street photo. It's like involving real life, but you're also thinking about the video you're creating. Um, and yeah, I again think it's hard to say that anywhere on that spectrum is bad or worse than the other. They're simply different ways of creation.
Yeah, it's kind of like how we don't like, or there have been moments where we don't want to meet somebody or have them automatically shove a camera in our face, and we also are aware of that we shouldn't do that when we're meeting somebody for the first time. But then there's moments to me that like that is what I want to capture. Like when you guys arrived here to Florida, like I wanted to capture that first moment. Uh, but it's different because it's not like we know each other and we know what we do and stuff like that. But I wanted to get that real first meeting, or you know what I mean, like when we came together, you like us three. I wanted to have that for my video so that it's like a full memory.
I know exactly what you mean. I think I actually like met Chad on camera. Like
Really.
I was filming when I met him. And I think that these days I would do it differently because it is nuance. Like if you're trying to capture a moment and not alter it, you need to it helps to know that person, and like you said, we each know we're YouTubers, so if I notice that you're filming, like yes, I'm going to notice it, but I also have the experience with you and other creators that I know you may be trying to capture the authentic moment. So then I'll try like not to adjust my behavior. Like I'll try to keep it on the trajectory it was on, which is
Yeah.
interesting because it's still subtly changing it. But I think that's inescapable. And funny enough, it's actually relating to quantum theory, which I picked up that book since we talked about it. But like the gist of quantum mechanics or whatever it's called is that like by observing something, like you're actually changing the thing ever so slightly. So
Yeah.
it's the same with creating. Like even if you take a sly street photo, like the theory goes that somehow like you're capturing and observing of that moment is actually a part of that moment, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like if it's all related to each other, there's actually no way to be inauthentic. It's just different,
Hmm.
you know, and the creation is a part of real life as well. So how can you say that creating is inauthentic? It's just as part of life as the moment you're trying to capture.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. It's true. Um, dude, how's that book, by the way?
It's all right. It's like that thought I just formulated was thanks to that book, which I like
Hmm.
appreciate being able to think about things that way, but it's not quite like maybe I'm just not there yet, but it seems like a little
Hmm.
bit almost too like it's clearly written for everyone to understand, but I want to like hear about why the multiverse might be true and like hear if I might have
Yeah.
another parallel life going on or if there's like if all these windows I'm looking at is there a parallel universe in which I'm living in each one of them, you know? That's the stuff that I want to go to, but it's staying very like so far very like basic, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. That was what I was thinking when I was like looking up some books to get on that. It was like I don't like some of them were either too much, too mathematical and like relating to like actual uh like quantum theory
Yeah.
and less about like the I guess the mechanics of it. I don't know if the way I'm wording this is correctly, but it was just more on like the educational side. Um, yeah, it was more on the educational side than the theoretical side, and then otherwise, and if it wasn't like that, they were like what you're mentioning right now. It was like too like quantum theory for dummies.
Right.
Like I feel like I might have more fun reading a story
Mm.
about like that's about uh or quantum at least like quantum physics or something very specific like about the multiverse or anything that involves.
Yeah. So I think I read a book called Dark Matter that's fiction and that might hit your spot. But lately I'm on a nonfiction bend. It's like all I care about. I think what I would want to read is like I want the theory of why the multiverse might be true and then I want like specific explorations of what that means for me, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
That's what I would want to read.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also kind of scared to read about certain things or like try to like find out certain things because I worry that I'll dip into like that negative nihilism we were talking about.
Mm,
But but it also does excite me to feel the positive nihilism that can come from that
right.
and feel like oh wow, I can do anything, you know?
Yeah, I was
Because nothing matters, I can do anything, and rather, hopefully not, because nothing matters, I won't do anything.
That's right. And the unfortunate thing about that is that's just a flip of the switch in your own mind. Like the more absurd and crazy and huge and the more you cannot wrap your mind around the universe, the more you go to nihilism, I think, and then it's up to you to decide, oh, I can do anything I want. Like I don't understand shit. I might as well make the most of it.
Yeah.
Or you go the opposite and you're like, oh shit, like none of this makes sense. Like fuck this, you know?
Yeah, I think where I'm at right now, I think I would swing towards the positive side. Um, cause like just everything I've been reading right now is enriching my life like crazy, dude. And it's stuff that if I would have read back in the day, like I would have just been like, "Oh, this fucking sucks," or "This doesn't relate to me," or like I can't think that way. Like that's not how my brain works. Dude,
Mm.
this book changed my life, dude.
Yeah, you keep recommending that. I probably have to read it.
It it completely changed my life.
Damn.
And I have marked this book like all over, and I would recommend it to anybody who needs to, or just for one, anybody who's in a relationship, anybody who is single as well, anybody who has relationships with people. Basically, I would recommend it to anybody, even someone who lives under a rock. You know what I mean? Like because this book, it teaches you a lot about yourself, teaches you about why we are the way we are due to our childhood experiences. Takes a very Buddhist approach to all of the everything that's brought up in this book. It talks a lot about mindfulness, letting go, attachment. I feel like this. It's so weird to say that this book changed my life because I literally got it like a week ago. But like my life can never be the same now because of the information that's in my brain. And I can choose to not listen to it or to not go by it, but then uh I'm doing that like willingly as opposed to being ignorant,
Mm. That goes to show
you know?
the power of ideas.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I mean, this is too it's so intensely life enriching.
Cool. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if that's the right word, but you know what I
I've
mean.
recommended enough books to you, so I think I'll pick up this one.
I greatly recommend it. It's a pretty easy read. It's kind of not super long. It's like maybe like 280 pages. Uh, but yeah, man, like you got to get it. I was telling Ryan to get it. Like I'm telling everybody that they got to
Word.
fucking get this book.
Yeah,
It'll change. Go ahead.
I know how you feel because when I have a life changing book, like I'm also just like nonstop telling people to read it.
I mean, yeah, that's why you got me this one.
That's right. Yeah. I think I've mentioned it, but
This is
like
my favorite book.
I've mentioned it before, but I'm building a Jeebus essential reading list, and
Nice.
it's gonna be like highly curated, like only those books that like really changed my life. And there honestly, there's like probably 10 of them right now.
For me right now, I'm on three books that have changed my life. Well, I finished this one, changed my life, but in a way not as deep as Chad was saying it was going to change my life, but because this was the introduction for me. So the way it changed my life was that it
Mm.
got me there and through the door.
I have
Then I
those too.
started, you have that same one?
No, I don't have the same book, but I have a book that was the
Oh, yeah,
same.
yeah, yeah.
It like clicked it
And
for
then
me.
you got me this one, and I'm like halfway done with it, but then I just put it down and didn't pick it up, and I didn't want to force it. I think I was still processing stuff that I was reading and stuff in my life, and then this book came across or came like into my life, and I couldn't stop reading this book to go back to this one. So now that I'm done with this one, I'm gonna dive right back into this one. And then I never read this entire book, but something in me is telling me to go back to it.
Mm. That's a good one. I also want to say all the titles. So the one you got halfway through is Letters to Lucilius by Seneca. The one that you highly recommend is How to Be an Adult in Relationships. And the one that you might go back to is Why Buddhism is True. What's the one that kicked things off for you?
I'm sorry, could you repeat all of that?
No.
Please.
I know. I was just listing the titles for the listeners.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh yeah, yeah, no. I got confused when you mentioned the Seneca one.
Oh, yeah. No, just state the book that Chad gave you. What's the title?
Oh, this one, Ways of Yoga.
Okay. So that's the one that kicked things off for you.
Yeah, but you can't buy it anywhere.
Oh, bet.
You can't. Yeah, it's not. this book was Chad's dad's book.
That's amazing.
And Chad's, not that Chad's dad wrote it, but it belonged to Chad's dad, and Chad's parents gave a copy of these to all three of their sons, and because they helped, his parents helped build an ashram for this woman, Gurani Anjali. They helped build an ashram for her or with her, and then his mom was a part of the writing of the book, and so like they have some copies. But I mean, and Chad's dad passed away last year, and even that just goes to show like I don't even think I'm in a place where I could give somebody a book that belonged to my dad if my dad passed away. So that just goes to show how zen Chad is, and with letting go and stuff like that. And there's a note to Chad's dad in this book, and then Chad wrote a note to me in the book and said, "This book has impacted the lives of many people, and I'm sure it'll do the same to you if you have an open mind and heart. Hope you enjoy the book," along with some other stuff that I won't read, but
You know,
just is crazy.
one of what's crazy about how Chad gave you the book that was your spark is that
Yeah.
Chad himself is basically my spark.
Me too, honestly. Yeah. If it wasn't for Chad, none of this would be in my life.
Yeah, dude. I remember we were on the Philly trip and he told me that he had been meditating for 10 minutes every morning on the trip. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? But it intrigued me so much. And then we were eating an omelet and he tried to get me to figure out if I was actually deciding to eat the omelet or if it was just happening spontaneously. So, and that actually was the spark for me.
I hear you.
And
That's cool, dude.
he told me about Waking Up by Sam Harris, the app, and those guided meditations really helped me start to understand these sort of ideas.
That's awesome, man. I'm so glad that you have that, and like it's there forever in your head,
Yeah,
and back when that was happening, I thought this was a bunch of like mumbo jumbo shit, and you guys tried to talk to me like when we remember we all went to lunch, the three of us, before I moved, and I was so resistant. I was like, nah, dude, like that's not the shit for me. Like I just need to go to therapy. Like this isn't like I have real problems like that. This kind of shit can't help. And I mean, yeah, I went to therapy, I went to treatment, and I was still just not getting it. And it wasn't until I really dived into all this that my life started changing. And I realized, and through being in therapy for the majority of my life and having done treatment multiple times, um, the things that they try to teach you through all those therapies is basically the exact same shit. It's the same shit. They always tell you got to practice mindfulness, and like you have to like let go of things, and you have to sit with discomfort and stuff like that. And I just wouldn't be able to get it. And for some reason, these books spoke to me
yeah,
and made it make more sense than the thousands of dollars that my parents spent trying to get me to feel better. But the thing is like that was my journey, like that was my path. And this is the time in my life when I was supposed to find out about this. And if I had found out about it even earlier, I think maybe I mean, there could be a world where I got into it early and have a better life because of that, or a world where this came into my life when it did, and I didn't give a shit about it because I already tried it, or I didn't think it worked, and I could have just like chalked it off as something like, oh fuck that, it doesn't work.
yeah. I think
And now's the time.
I think I would guess this is more universal than we both think. And it was similar for me. Like, I think when you hear about meditating and being present, it sounds so corny, you know? And that's what I
Yeah.
thought. So I was a skeptic about it all as well. And then meeting Chad did something for me because he looked like a dude who had a fun life. He was a skater. I felt similar to him, and then so then I was like, oh, okay, like maybe if Chad's enjoying this, maybe there's something here. So, and then that finally, like, when it snaps is when you finally look into it yourself. Like, people telling
Mhm.
you things won't really do it until you pass that tipping point where you yourself want to learn, and that's when you start going down the rabbit hole, and the snowball effect kicks in, and you start trying meditation in earnest. And yeah, I like what you said about like that book clicked it for you, because I agree, like a lot of like therapists and self-help books, they're all saying the same thing, but everyone does have a different way of saying it. And the reason the book Why Buddhism is True was so helpful for me is because that language also helped me understand it. And then
Yeah.
once I understood the underlying idea of like being present and all that shit, then all the other books started to make sense, you know?
Yeah. No, 100%, dude. And in terms of like the tipping point and all that you're talking about, Chad gave me this book, this one in when I moved to Long Beach. He sent it to me, and I tried reading it from like, I don't know, maybe July or August, and it wasn't until like November that I actually like was like, okay, I'm gonna really come. I read like the first few pages, and then I left it there for like 3 months, and then I was like, all right, I need to pick this book up and read it. And I started it, and I still was very slow with it, and it took me maybe another couple months to finish it. And it's a very thin short read, but it took me a while. Like I just couldn't get into it, and then it's crazy to go from that to then a book that is like triple its size and finishing it in a week, because now I'm there, and it had to take all that time to get there.
Yeah.
And this is another one. I know you've read this one, but I forgot I had this one right next to me, and I've started it, but I haven't gone too far into it. But I know that this. I mean, Chad highly recommended this book as well. So
Yeah, The Noble Eightfold Path by Bhikkhu Bodhi or something.
yeah, Bhikkhu Bodhi, and dude, it's crazy. Like I have friends, and I know so many people that struggle, with mental health, and just even if it's not like a mental diagnosis or any other diagnoses, then like it doesn't matter. Like this shit will change your life, and I know that I can't force it on people because they're not gonna accept it like that. But all I can do is put it out there, and when they're ready, like they will receive it and accept it, and it will change their life.
Yeah, I think this stuff actually has like world changing capabilities, because I think of how Chad planted a seed in us both that is now blooming. And now we're having a conversation about it on a podcast that could reach like 100 plus people. Uh,
Yeah,
and if it clicks it for one person listening to this, and then they start exploring on their own, then maybe one day they'll have one of the most successful podcasts in the world where they talk about mindfulness, and that's going to reach millions of people.
yeah,
There's a chain reaction to this stuff, so I really do believe. And like, yeah, I always, when I'm talking to people in my daily life, I think about how much Chad impacted me by planting the seed. So now I try to plant the seed. I don't push it, but I do try to plant the seed in other people. And this shit really does solve, I really do think this shit solves like almost everything, like almost all of our problems. I know I'll be like, giving dating advice to people now is so easy. Like sometimes people won't understand because they're so deep in it, but like when people freak out about like, oh, why isn't he like responding? It's been 2 days. Like, all like the answer is to just accept it for what it is, and
yeah,
that's the answer to basically anything. And obviously, it gets more nuanced, but when you just really accept things for how they are, and when you let go of attachments to outcomes, and that's why we have these tattoos, like shit gets a lot easier, and shit just flows. um and
yeah. I mean, I will say, like, it's like I've been doing this for a little bit now, and while it has changed my life, it's like I don't want to put out this like over positive message about it, and like it's a very positive thing, but I mean in the sense that it's not easy, and I still struggle every single day with the issues that I have, but it gives me, it's a spiritual practice in essence, and that gives me what religion does to certain people. It gives me like a light and a place to work towards, and it gives me strength because and it's strength that I have like through like the knowledge of other people's words, like that from the people who I've read, and I think about passages that I have read through, and I go back and I look through stuff I've highlighted, and then it's like, okay, and then that's why the tattoo is so impactful for me, because now I have a reminder every single day to just let go, even when it becomes super hard. And I know there's going to be moments where I'm looking at the tattoo and I'm saying, let go, let go, let go. And I might not be able to, because this is like a something I'll always, everyone, it's like we always will have shit that we got to deal with, and it's going to be hard. But this is like what I have now to in a sense depend on to get me through it,
Mm. Well
because
put.
I know that it works.
Yeah, well put. Um, I've had this thought. I want to circle back real quick to share a thought on why I think I'm an optimistic nihilist.
Hmm.
And it's so like, okay, so the maybe the universe is expanding into an abyss, and one day molecules will be too separate and there will be nothing.
Hmm.
But in this lifetime of mine, I've experienced extreme beauty, and it can come in the form of nature, sunsets, looking at the city and just seeing this, how all these pieces work together. Just going to Florida last week and having such a good experience with my friends who I love. Um, the feeling of skateboarding, like these direct experiences of beauty, I think lead me to channel the unknowns of the universe into an optimistic perspective, because it's like, okay, like I can experience these beautiful things over and over and over again. So if everything is meaningless, I can still try to pursue that.
Yeah, I feel you. I think if I were to lean towards nihilism, it would be in that optimistic perspective now, as opposed to where I was before this, the beginning of my enlightenment.
Right.
Um, and yeah, I mean, it even like what you just said, like it all comes back to that being present. It's like, I don't know. I strongly just, I mean, I know you don't vibe with the memento mori thing, do you?
Does that mean remember death?
Yeah, basically, it's remember you must die.
No, I like that.
So the memento mori thing for me is like super important because of like the reality. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to spend my life fighting with people. I don't want to spend my life not doing things that I don't want to do, because that inevitable day is coming, and nobody knows when it is.
Yeah.
So I have to choose to live a life in accordance with my values in the way that I want to live it, because I will die, and I will leave this earth with nothing. So I'm tired of like trying to accumulate things and money, and I just want to be experiencing.
Yeah.
And throughout that, I mean, yeah, I'm going to get a job and I'm going to make money and stuff like that, because you need money to survive. But I don't want to have an attachment to it how I have in the past. The same thing with like letting things go in terms of like even something as simple as like I used to not be able to share my food with people. I hated it. and within the last like few months, like something like that, it's like I don't even care anymore. It's like, oh, you want, yeah, go ahead, you know what I mean? Like I don't care. Or like doing favors and stuff like that was not something that I necessarily loved doing. And now, like, even something, it's very simple, but like since I'm with my parents right now, like I just do stuff to help them out, you know what I mean? Like, and when I was younger, like they'd have to like, beg me to do shit. And now it's like, and sometimes I'll think, no, I'm not going to do this. But then I get this thing in me. It's like, it takes nothing away from you to do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. And then I
Sometimes
just do it.
sometimes the simple examples can be just as profound. I mean, it's I think there's a reason that it's right after we got these tattoos that I decided to shave my beard off and try a mustache for the first time. It's like because in a sense I've been holding on to this beard for years. Um, and then I was looking at this tattoo in the bathroom and I was like, I uncovered this like desire to try the stash that's probably been there for longer than I thought. And yeah, you can apply memento mori to that. It's like, yeah, I could die next week, so I should probably try the mustache today.
Yeah, exactly. That's honestly one of the reasons why I want to cut my hair. Is I remember I asked you before you left. I was like, "Yo, should I cut my hair or like should I keep it?" And you told me to keep it. And yeah, I like my long hair, and I would like to keep it, but why am I? It's just hair.
Yeah, that's true.
Why should I hold this attachment to? Yeah, maybe I look good with long hair. Maybe some people think I do. Maybe some people think I don't. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. But like, it is just hair. It's gonna grow back. If I want to have long hair again in a few months, I will, and it'll be healthier hair.
Dude, this is quite full circle because we were talking about balding. Um, and
Yeah, no, for sure.
yes, some guys hit the point where it's like, there comes a point where you got to let go of your hair. And
Yeah.
I don't know if and when that day will come for me, but I do think that I think when I'm bald, I'm going to bring the beard back, fade it in, and I'm going to have
Yeah.
more tattoos on my arms, and I think I'm going to look pretty sick. I'll probably be more buff by then, too.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah. I don't know. And like that idea, I didn't want to cut my hair because I was like, fuck, I'm worried about how I'm gonna look. Like, what if it looks bad and shit? Like all that shit, like shit anybody would think about. But like, fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna go get a buzz cut, or like shave my head. But like who cares?
Yeah. That's
I
what.
I've been holding on to the hair for a long time now because yeah, I do like it, but it's you. I think now we know when something becomes we're holding on for an unnecessary attachment.
Yes.
Before I was like, yeah, I want to grow my hair out. I think it'd be cool to grow my hair. I never grown it out this long, but now there's something that's keeping me tied to it that doesn't need to be there. So I have to cut it to live in line with these values and to make them stronger.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to break the loop or else it will repeat tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah. And sometimes getting others' opinions is actually not the most helpful for what you need because like you asked me for my opinion and it's like oh yeah like I love your long hair but like when you're in that mode of like holding on to something and then you hear it like reinforced because everyone
Yeah.
else is used to it then it becomes even harder to break the pattern.
Yes, very true. So
That's why
fuck
I
it, dude.
yeah like I don't ask Noah anymore when I want to like shave my beard or cut my hair or anything because like you know girlfriends it's like they start to like how you look and
Yeah.
they don't want you to shave or whatever but that's your own decision.
Yeah, I've definitely asked Kara many times, like, should I cut my hair? And most of the time she says no because she does like my curly long hair. And then I asked her yesterday, and then she was like, I was like, should I cut my hair before I come home? And she was like, she just said, yeah, cut it.
Yeah.
And but it wasn't in the sense where it felt like, oh, my girlfriend needs me to cut my hair, like she wants me to cut my hair. It was more so just it felt the same way I started to think about it. It was just like why not, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
She did, however, she's like, don't cut it as short as you usually or as you used to, but like just cut it short. And I was like, shorter, and I was like, yeah, and like that feels cool. I've never been able to get a haircut to where my hair, like what you do is like you cut your hair and your hair is now short because you went from medium length to short length. I've never been able to go from long to medium.
Mm.
So I get to experience something new now.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And it's also really great because if I don't like the medium length cut, then I can just cut it to what I'm used to, as opposed to fuck, I hate my short haircut. Now I gotta wait 2 months for it to like grow back in.
I totally feel you. I'm on a similar wave right now. I don't go from I'm kind of medium, and I used to go medium to very short.
Yeah.
Now I let it just barely skim the surface of long, and then I go back to medium.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like, but that's cool, like, I don't know.
But yeah, I think I think the bet when you asked me if you should cut your hair, I think the best answer I could have given you is that um you should do whatever you want. Here's my opinion, though, Like, but obviously
Yeah.
that's not how conversation works. Like, it's natural to say, like, yeah, no, I like it long. Like, you should leave it.
Yeah. But you see, like, I want to get into that conversation style
Mm.
because I think it's very effective and very open. You know what I mean? I don't want to just say something because, yeah, I'm not going to say something mean to somebody, but like, I want to be honest, and I think that helps, especially like in relationships, to be like, uh, to give your honest opinion, but be like, do it with loving kindness,
Yeah.
and that should be okay because, dude, if you would have told me, I love your hair, man, but you should do whatever you feel is best for you,
Right.
then I would have been like, holy fuck, that was like that's some shit I would underline in a book, dude.
Yeah, that's a great response.
Like it just that's cool, or like if I can, I don't know, if we ever have I mean, we could help, if you have a crisis or something, you can help, anybody can help, or offer to give advice. That's, even that's even something that is very important. Like, most of the time when someone is going through something, nobody ever asks like, can I, like, do you want help, or do you want me to just like let you figure it out, or let you sit and feel. And that in relationships is huge because it's like sometimes we want so much to fix or to mend and just try to solve the problem, but sometimes the other person, that's not what they need or want, and they just need space, or some sort of like comfort rather than like a practical solution.
That's very true. Whenever Noah brings up a issue in her life, I'm like so excited to share how I would fix it because like I'm this fucking Buddhist now, and I know the answers. But like typically, she was just looking for comfort. So now we actually ask comfort or advice first, especially me,
Yeah.
because like I'll jump the gun and start like putting the pieces together, but
Yeah.
it's not my problem, it's the same thing as if she were to ask if she should cut her hair.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
Kara and
my
I are the
decision.
same way. And we shift. Sometimes it's I'm like ready to be like, oh, because you need to do this, this, and this, and you're gonna stop feeling anxious about it. Or she'll say the same shit to me, like, oh, that's because you're not making enough money, or like you need to get a job, and like you need to go out there and do stuff and not be sitting inside all day. And like, it's like, yeah, I know I'm just sitting inside all day, but like, and I don't mean it in like a mean way. Like, I'm glad that she wants to help me and she wants to find ways to help me feel better, but uh like, it's like I know what I need to do most of the time, and I don't need somebody to tell me, as well as I'm sure she does. And so, yeah, we do that too. And it's just like, it's like, what do you like? Is there any way I can help you? Or do you want to talk about it, or do you just need some time or some shit like that? And that ends up working way better than trying to solve something for somebody, and then they may get upset or tell you like, that's not what I need, or like, you don't help me and shit like that, and then you're like, what do you mean I don't help you? I just sat here for 20 minutes giving you all these practical solutions, and then they're like, that's not what I needed.
Right.
And then you're like, why the fuck didn't you tell me? And like, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. And it's like, and
Yeah.
then it just becomes this back and forth when like if you just started it with like a with empathy and just like ask them what they need, that opens up, to be able to have like that open communication and not get stuck in that this pattern of being back and forth. And that's something that I struggle with a lot and have struggled with in all my relationships. And I feel like it's finally starting to get better because of all the work that I've done uh, through these fucking books, mostly.
Yeah, man. Yeah, good communication is just one of the other things that comes from. I'm trying to think of a succinct term to say like what it is we're talking about. Like, is it mindfulness? Is it Buddhism? But
I think it's mindfulness.
yeah, mindfulness. I think I've also experienced significantly more mature communication since practicing mindfulness because yeah, you start to understand like sometimes you just behave and speak automatically, but mindfulness starts to uncover these things and you identify your automatic patterns and realize that maybe they're not the most mature, you know?
Dude, I mean, and that's something that this book in particular uh like did for me. Look, it says right here, is there a way to increase our capacity to give and receive these essential elements of love? Yes, we can do it through mindfulness, an alert, here and now, witnessing of reality without judgment, attachment, fear, expectation, defensiveness, bias, or control, which is itself a description of effective communication.
Nice one. Nice one. It's actually yeah, like that like opens the floodgates for like real love, you know.
Yeah, and that's essentially what this whole book is about. I mean, it's all about mindful loving. I mean, literally, the front page says the 5 keys to mindful loving,
Mm.
or the cover. I mean, and it's just crazy because I mean, yeah, that can be romantic love, but it can also just be any relationship. I mean, you're more likely to succeed if you're mindful in every relationship of the other person, and you accept the other person and you do everything like with no judgment and all through loving kindness.
Yeah. Nice, man. Good
I
stuff.
don't know, dude. I'm just fucking like, I love it.
No, I
I'm
love it.
like,
I love it too.
I'm so stoked on all this stuff, and like, I honestly, like, I'm excited for like when this is over because I'm gonna make some lunch and then just fucking read. Like,
Nice. After we hang up, I'm gonna probably like shower and Noah and I are going out to dinner with a couple friends tonight. I'm excited,
nice, dude. That sounds fun.
dude. We didn't talk about social media at all on this one. I kind
We
of don't.
didn't.
No, I kind of don't care.
We may have mentioned YouTube,
Maybe. Right.
but
I
I
mean,
know what you mean. We didn't dive into a social media conversation, which was actually really refreshing
I
to look
agree.
back on right now.
I agree. I do feel this like craving to dig into your brain just about where you're at with that stuff, but I'm also a little burnt out right now, so maybe we'll wait till next week.
Yeah, we could. I mean, I know that we both just posted those videos.
Oh, the letting go videos. It's funny how
Yeah,
we're just like always so in sync, which is funny. And
it's cool. But yeah, I mean, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
do you want to? We
We
crack it.
could.
We crack into it a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
Um, so I'll just share. I'm adjusting my mindset, same wavelength as what we've been talking about, but I'm taking it even further. I'm really letting go of YouTube as my job, and so I'm gonna start like actually like seriously listing out jobs to apply to. And what's nice about this is that now my income is like a bonus. It's not like oh fuck, like I'm only making 700 on AdSense. It's like oh shit, like I've got $700 on AdSense, you know, and the Reels bonus and the rest of the Reels contract that I've signed an NDA about is it's all bonus, you know, and I was like, I think I text you about another brand deal I got, and
Oh yeah.
now I have no upload schedule, so like I can just make a video on my main channel. I can make whatever I want and throw the ad in front of it, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
dude, that's sick.
that's kind of nice. So the leaving the money attachment has been making me. I feel better. I feel a lot better.
I'm glad, dude. I can sense it too, you know, as opposed to when we've had these conversations in the past where there's been like a real resistance to
Change.
that reality and
Mm,
the change. Yeah,
yeah.
and I've been the exact same way for a long time. I mentioned recently a conversation you and I had outside Carmelo's where I was freaking out because I didn't want to work my job anymore and I just wanted to do YouTube, but I wasn't making enough money back then to just do YouTube or to do social media. Uh, and and so in terms of me, it's like I also feel the same way that you feel, and like I was looking at jobs the other day without any resistance, and looking at jobs that even just a few months ago, I'd be like, oh fuck, I don't want to do that. Like, there's no way. Like, I'm either too good for this, or like it seems boring, or it seems stupid. But now I have such an open mind to where I feel the same way. Less about having like a bonus of like all this money, but more so just to where I can have like the freedom to create when I want without feeling like I have
Oh
to.
shit, my boy.
And I also, there's something I like about this like side hustle.
Word. My Wi-Fi I think just cut out for a second.
Oh shit.
What was like the last sentence you said?
The last sentence was basically just that now I can be free to create whenever I want, as opposed to feel like it's the only thing I can do because I don't have a normal job, uh, or at least like a consistent job, and I don't have to worry if I don't get brand deals, and I don't even have to worry about the Reels bonus if I don't want to.
Yeah.
But like once I get a job, I mean, but it'll be great because I like the idea of like a side hustle too. I like the idea that I'll have work and that might motivate me more to want to make a video because I don't want to lose touch with that.
That's true. I feel that. Yeah. It's like yeah, for me I really needed that feeling like I can make whatever I want, you know, and I've been doing it for work for a long time now and it's yeah, it's gotten to be too much.
I'm really stoked to hear where your mind is with all this, and um it's cool. It's refreshing because we've been worrying about this shit for way too long,
Yeah, man.
and it's cool to see you accepting the change.
And it's also so fun to post whatever I want, you know? And like I still think social media and YouTube is fun. Like now I've been now like since I've dropped all this like oh my channel has to do like this well. Now I'm like posting my like all my skate shorts on my main channel and like I don't care if it annoys the subscribers. And it's fun to post them, you know. So I'm having fun with everything again, which feels really good.
Yeah, that's sick. And I see you're not even doing thumbnails or anything. You're just fucking throwing them up there.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love the letting go of the strategy.
Yeah, fuck it.
And like, and I see you post those shorts, and they do inspire me to just be like, "Fuck it, dude! I should just post some shorts."
Yeah, man, they're not
Like,
even doing
why not?
well. They're not doing well. And
Yeah. So like, fuck it,
it doesn't
dude.
matter.
I'm losing so many subscribers. Like, it's not even funny.
Dude, my letting go video, I lost 70 subscribers so far.
Wow. Yeah, dude. I'm like I'm getting close to maybe losing. I'm at like maybe almost 250
Yeah. But like
or something like that. But yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't, like, our videos are meant for the people who enjoy watching them, you know?
I agree, yeah.
And so, you know, it doesn't, the system and the algorithms don't line up with human creative behavior. And, like, people are going to
Yeah.
subscribe on one video that you felt like making at that time. And it's completely unrealistic to think that they are always going to like all of your videos.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So, you know, I don't care about losing subscribers.
Yeah, at this point, I don't care either.
And,
Like, I mean, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't like a little thing that happened. It
yeah,
feels like, oh,
yeah, yeah.
every time, like, oh, what the fuck, dude. But
Right.
like, but it does make me feel more like, okay, good. I don't want those people there.
Yeah, I don't want, like, I don't want to, yeah, like, I don't want, like, people who are just looking to learn how to skate, you know? Like,
Yeah,
I want, so when I think about that, and it's probably those people unsubscribing, it's like, yeah, that's fine, you know? It's not where I'm at right now.
those are the NPCs.
Exactly.
They're unsubbing because that's like their whole identity.
I was trying to frame what I was gonna say as less offensive, which is why I said it like I did, but like, yeah, like, no, I don't want to be offensive.
Nah, but I know what you're saying, and like, yeah, I mean, I want people to follow me that like are smarter than that.
You want main characters to follow you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want people who are open to anything that that I can give them or that the world can. And while I respect the people who just want the skating videos, like that's great. I mean, you can go find a channel that's all skating and have fun there, but
right.
that's not what this place
Yeah,
is.
I'm also looking for people who are like thinking,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
I don't want these like brainless
like
subscribers.
like skater drone aliens sent from space.
Need 5 tricks video. Need 5 tricks. Need to learn how to do a kickflip after an ollie.
It'll,
Wait, what is this? No, brain does not compute. What is philosophy? What is this? What is no?
it reminds me, it's like the people unsubing are probably the people who are emotionless at the skate park. Dude, fucking Cooper was filled with that shit the other day. Just
Do a whole another podcast about this. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, were you doing it?
Yeah, I was doing it.
Just like tray flip nose blunt.
You know when you and when you catch eye contact, it's like
Yeah, dude. Like a
and you're like slamming your bro. You're like, yo.
dude, I'm about to start going ape shit when somebody does like anything. Especially if it's one of those dudes that like go fucking that are like I mean they're good, you know, and so like let's say like they're setting up to do like I don't know, like a front side flip down like the stairs, like I'll just start pounding my board when they do like a pivot on the quarter pipe to come back around to the stairs like yo that was fucking sick, dude.
Oh man. But I did have a McCarran session and the vibes were actually really good. It's always different depending on when you pull up.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Dude,
I'm
like
going skating tomorrow and I'm excited.
lot of
It'll be a good vibe.
lot of 11 vibes were really good like for most of our
Until
session.
until the sun started going over the other way.
Right.
It was like that's when the start pulling up, and this is how they say hi to their friends, like with their tiny hats.
Dude, somebody actually met at McCarran was telling me that like he thinks there are aliens among us.
Those people.
He didn't say that it was them, but like I could
Oh,
it's just funny, like thinking about that. That was yesterday.
Wait, how did they say it?
He was like, he was like, first he said what's up to me because he had like seen my stuff, and then he was like, basically right off the bat, he was like, yeah, have you heard like that there are aliens living among us?
Oh, just like in general?
Yeah, we actually like talked for a while. It was pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we should call it.
Yeah, dude, I'm done being a main character. I want an NPC for the rest of the day.
I know I'm trying to NPC right now for sure.
Yeah, bro, that's like the new veg out. Like I'm just
Right.
trying to I'm an NPC out for the rest of the day, dude, do some mindless stuff.
Oh man. But yeah, dude, and your friends in Florida. We didn't really even talk about the trip, but our vlogs will come out and they could see it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Um, Shout out once again to our patrons, Hayden and Evan. We will be doing our first Zoom hangout with Danny and I this month in March. So if you guys want to hop on those monthly calls, hit us up on Patreon.
Yo, come on, dude. Just hit us up on Patreon and we'll roast you to death in our live stream.
Patreon.com/dropping in, I think.
Yes, and make sure you hit that description and get Riverside if you want to do a podcast with your homies because this website is fucking sick and we wouldn't be doing this podcast if it wasn't for this website.
Yeah, Riverside is fire. Hit that affiliate link in the description. And yeah, thanks to all the listeners for checking in. Hope you're having a good day. Keep at it, y'all. Shred the gnarly barley.
Shred the fuck on.
That's what I would write on my notes. I would write shred on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, bro. All right. All right, bro. Peace out.
All right, bro. Peace. All right, I'm going to stop it now.